KRN.
This is News 2 at 10.
Good evening, everyone. It all happened.
Guten Abend, meine Damen.
Good evening.
It's 5:30 in central Iowa. Time for Iowa News Tonight from Des Moines.
I am incredibly honored to present to you our nation's
John Young, Duffy Dixon, Darren Adams, Caroline Smith. Eastern Idaho's best news team. This is the early edition of Channel 6 Eyewitness News.
It started about 9:30 last night at the end.
Live from News Center 13, your best choice for news starts now. This is Channel 5's Night Watch.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight for a special edition of Channel 5's Night Watch. I'm Rod Fowler.
Working in the spirit of Texas, from WFAA-TV, this is News 8 at 6.
When the voter speaks, I listen.
First votes in the First in the Nation primary expected in 1 hour from now. We'll go live to the tiny notch called Dixville. And tracking polls say it's too close to call, but now New Hampshire voters will have their say. And investigators mull over a homicide scene involving a teenager in Concord.
Live from the WMUR Broadcast Center, Tom Griffith, Karen Brown, meteorologist Rick Gordon with your guaranteed forecast, and Charlie Sherman with tonight's sports wrap-up. This is New Hampshire's News 9 Night Report.
Good evening from the WMUR TV Election Center. The eve before the First in the Nation primary and the race.
The London bus bomb, 2 arrested and an injured man under armed guard.
Loyalists break off secret contacts with Dublin.
And the rescue dogs deprived of government backing. Hello and good evening from me, Jim Dougal.
And from me, Yvette Shapiro, and welcome to Newsline.
This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
The U.S. retaliates for the downing of 2 civilian planes. President Clinton. I'm Allison Payne.
And I'm Steve Sanders. We will have the latest on the Cuban crisis in a moment.
Important times of your child's development.
Plus, finding and keeping your soulmate. The key to domestic bliss is just a few minutes away.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Allison Payne, Steve Sanders, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is WGN News at 9.
With Ken Dana, Janine Ford, Bean McLaughlin, and Mark Curtis.
They all want to lead the nation.
Feeling, and so does Steve.
Yeah, but he might want to pursue it. Anyway.
New England's News Channel 7 in Boston.
Kim Kerrigan and John Marler bring you 7 News at 11.
A major turning point tonight in the Republican race for president. Bob Dole runs away with the Junior Tuesday primaries. It's a clean sweep of 8 states. Tonight, Dole has a commanding lead in the Republican race.
Well, I know they call this a Junior Tuesday, but it seems pretty super to us, and we're very proud that you're here tonight.
Good evening, I'm John Marler.
And I'm Kim Kerrigan. Senator Bob Dole takes a big step toward a presidential...
Channel 5 Eyewitness News, prime time.
Tonight on
Channel 5 Eyewitness News Prime Time.
They call it Junior Tuesday, a cross-country race. There were primaries in 8 states, but all eyes are on Georgia tonight, holding the big prize with 42 delegates up for grabs. And for Bob Dole, many happy returns.
Dedicated, determined, dependable. For Tuesday, March 5th, this is Channel 5 Eyewitness News Prime Time. Now, Channel 5 News anchor Russ Spencer.
Good evening. Brenda Wood has the night off. We begin tonight with the turning point in the Republican race for president. For the first...
Good evening. Here in Dun...
"29 world leaders pledged to combat Mideast terror and keep peace process on track in Sharm el-Sheikh summit."
Good evening and welcome to IBA News in Jerusalem.
Live from Channel 2 News, the Illinois primary, Campaign 96.
Good evening, I'm Linda McLennan.
And I'm Lester Holt. A good evening to you. A major story developing
Primary
morning news.
Live from Chicago's very own Sonia Gant, Larry Potash, Joni Lum, Bill Weir, Roseanne Tellez, Paul Huttner, Robin Baumgarten, and Sam Rubin live from Hollywood. This is WGN Morning News.
Good morning, everyone. 7:01 right now and 25 degrees outside.
This is News 25 This Morning with Karen Scullin and meteorologist Gary Rizzo. This is News 25, where news comes first.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, April.
You're watching News 25 at 11:30 with Karen Scullin and meteorologist Gary Rizzo. This is News 25, where news comes first.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Pribble. Karen.
Thanks for watching San Antonio's #1 choice for news. This is The Night Beat on KSAT 12.
He's failed before, and if he fails again...
This is the ABC Evening News with Harry Reasoner and Barbara Walters.
Good evening. These are tonight's top stories. President Carter at a televised news conference outlines a 22-point economic program.
Bob Gooseman, meteorologist on WTHR News 6.
You're watching KXAN TV 36, your 24-hour news service. This is News 36 at 6.
Police arrest nearly 70 men accused of committing sex crimes in a neighborhood park. Good evening, everyone. For years, folks living around Bull Creek Park have complained about people using the park as a meeting place.
You're watching KXAN News 36 at 6. With Ron Oliveira, Sally Holliday, field anchor Robert Hadlock, Jim Spencer with First Warning Weather, and Roger Wallace with sports.
A Central Texas community is in a building boom, and it's attracting retirees. And a new drug could mean an end to insulin shots for diabetics. Those stories when News 36 continues.
Watched by more Arkansans than any other station, we're KATV Channel 7, the spirit of Arkansas. This is Channel 7 News at 6.
WTHR.
See the epic saga of The Way West, Thursday's 8 p.m. movie on WTTV Channel 4.
Proud to serve Western Indiana and Eastern Illinois. This is WTHI TV 10 Terre Haute. And now George Isley, Teresa Tanous, Jeff Lyons with computerized weather, and Matt Fleck with Farm Watch. This is Action 10 News at midday.
Good afternoon, I'm George Isley.
And I'm Teresa Tanous.
Today on...
This is NBC News Digest. Here is John Dancy, NBC News.
Good evening. Israeli troops fought Arab demonstrators.
You're watching Reg Wells, Richard Weiss on weather, and Monica Pellegrini with sports. From around the world and around the region, this is UPN 9 News.
Controversial commentator
UPN 9. This is UPN 9 News.
The prices. These prices are too high.
You're watching Brenda Blackman, Sean Mooney, Bob Allen on weather, and Russ Salzberg with sports. From around the world and around the region, this is UPN 9 News.
A 6-year-old boy charged with the...
Is next.
From WFLA TV, 8 on your side. This is News Channel 8's Live at 5.
2 stays and 14 years after the crime, a death row cell finally stands empty. But another convicted killer will not die as scheduled today in the state's electric chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bill Ratliff in for West Star Championship. Now these young players are home. Find out how they did. The 5:30 report starts right now.
From WFLA TV, 8 on your side. This is News Channel 8, the 5:30 report.
It was a double shooting that shocked our community. 2 Tampa police officers gunned down in the street last March. Now the final chapter begins. Good evening again.
From WFLA TV, 8 on your side. This is News Channel 8 at 6.
A condemned killer dies in the electric chair, but a child murderer gets one more day.
From WFLA TV, 8 on your side. This is News Channel 8 at 11.
Tonight, targeting the thieves who are spoiling the holiday spirit by swiping.
From KY-TV, Springfield, Missouri. This is KY3 News at 6. Number 1 in the Ozarks. You're watching KY3 News at 6 with Tony Beeson and Christina Moore, Tom Dye weather, and Ned Reynolds sports.
This is KOAT 7, Albuquerque, New Mexico's news leader. Now, Dick Nipping and Nelson Martinez. Weather with Howard Morgan. And sports with Terry McDermott. This is Action 7 News live at 6.
Hundreds of fire...
65 Indianapolis. You're watching Channel 13, WTHR Indianapolis. Now, Bruce Kopp, Linda Moore, Chuck Lofton's Skytrack weather, and Paul Casey's Chopper 13 traffic. With coverage you can count on. This is Channel 13 Eyewitness News, sunrise at 5:30.
Good morning and welcome back to Sunrise. It's
Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
Now, live from the news station, this is Newswatch 16. WNEP proudly presents the Newswatch 16 team, the #1 source of news and information in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16.
We knew the flooding was bad, but
they're holding up.
Live from Central Pennsylvania's news team, this is WHTM News Center, late edition.
The process of recovery begins tomorrow.
Right now. This is the Midnight News, Cincinnati's final edition.
Good morning, I'm Jack Athens, and we're going to have more on those